Although for many of you, you will be using Poizone as a plugin within a host program, some of you may want to use Poizone in its standalone mode. If you do, there are a few things that you will need to set up first. You will have to select the audio interface that you want to use to output the sound to, and also choose the MIDI controller device that you will use for controlling Poizone. When you open Poizone in standalone mode, you will have access to some drop-down menus. The first option will be to choose the audio interface and the type of driver used. If you have it available, it is a good idea to use an ASIO driver, since it will provide you with the best results when working with Poizone in this way. If your audio interface doesn't come with an ASIO driver, then you might have some success using the ASIO for All driver that you can download off the internet. You can also call up your audio interface's control panel from here if it is applicable. This will very often allow you to change the sample buffer. The lower this is set, then the more strain Poizone will put on your system. However, if you have the sample buffer set to a high setting, then there will be a noticeable pause between playing the keyboard and the sound playing. This can make it quite difficult to play. However, it's a kind of balancing act where you have to choose which setting works best for your current setup. Lastly, you will have to select a MIDI interface that you will choose to input into Poizone. And this is done from these selections shown here. Although we had a quick look at the master controls in an earlier chapter, there are a few sections of it that I have left out until now. In particular, these controls are to do with MIDI control over Poizone. You may have noticed during these videos that when a parameter is changed, the display in this section changes also. It shows what MIDI control has been used and its value. Below this, it also shows which control was last tweaked on the interface. You can link the parameter and MIDI control that are shown here by clicking this link button. Or alternatively, you can unlink the relationship by clicking on the unlink button. This means that you can set up tactile control of Poizone from any MIDI controller. As an example, I can link the modulation wheel to the Transgate wet control, allowing me not only to map the modulation wheel to any of these 5 donations, but to other controls as well. This also applies to any other control that transmits MIDI messages from your controller. This would of course allow you to use Poizone very much like a hardware synthesizer. This ends the tutorials that concentrate on Poizone's interface, and in the remaining videos I will give you a few examples on how to create sounds with Poizone.